Labour leader has attracted a group of teenage admirers who are identifying themselves online as Milifans. Well, online, BuzzFeed has picked up on this phenomenon. With me is one of their writers, Jewell. Welcome to you. Let's have a look at this, first of all. This all started with Abby, who described herself as a spokesman of Milifandom. And she said, "I'm just an exam-stressed 17-year-old who loves Tom Hiddleston and thinks the media is unfair to Ed. Just wanted to change that." Were you surprised when you saw this phenomenon appearing?
I was a bit. So I saw Abby after a few weeks of stalking Ed Miliband fans online. I don't know if any of you noticed, but during the first leaders' debate, there were a lot of people coming out of the woodwork who claimed to be sexually attracted to Ed Miliband. We thought this was funny and started following these people.
Well, Ed Miliband's obviously quite pleased as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Abby, delighted you've joined Labour. Welcome. I should say that Abby said she couldn't join us tonight because she's taking her AS levels.
She has her A-levels and she's
not even A-levels.
Yeah.
There's another one.
So basically what happened here is a bunch of teenage girls created what's called a fandom around Ed Miliband, which is when online teens, they don't have to be teens, they don't have to be girls, but this was definitely led by teen girls, decide that they love Ed Miliband in the style of loving Zayn Malik, for example. So this trended overnight. It really went mad, and was a lot of people were confused about this. But what I think they don't understand is that they don't love him necessarily as a sex icon, which some papers have suggested, but more as a dorky, relatable, cute, scruffy man.
Now, we've also had Cool Ed Miliband as well.
Cool Ed Miliband.
Which is people adapting pictures. I don't think we've got any of those. Oh, here we are.
There
Cool Ed Miliband. Adapting pictures. There he is as David Beckham. And here he is as James Bond.
So this is not done by the same teen girls that I've been chatting to today, but this is, I think, indicative of a similar current of enjoying Ed Miliband as an underdog figure and projecting him as this cool guy, which started out funny because it seemed so untrue, but now has strangely become true as the irony slips away.
Well, indeed. Here's Ellie saying this all started out as a joke, but now I think I legitimately fancy Ed Miliband.
Yeah, I love all these girls because they're so funny and they're also very politically in tune. They know what they're doing and they know that they're strangely powerful. They've been very surprised by this and very over the moon by the attention. But they care about politics, actually, and they've been telling me about this all day, about how they care about tuition fees and they care about the housing crisis. So even though they can't vote, they are strangely kingmakers in a way.
Now, I should say, there are others who want to be in on this. They've started something called Cameronettes, people who fancy David Cameron, but a little bit of suspicion about that.
So the Cameronettes was, I believe it was started by an actual teen fan who was trying to fight back against the Milifans, but it doesn't have the same ring to it. It is trending right now, but it's because so many people are making fun of it that they're not taking it seriously.
Well, people are suggesting that the Cameronettes are in fact Dad's army.
Oh, yeah.
And here we have it, the boy who slept, saying there's a big difference between an organic social media trend and a cynically motivated counterattack. Is there?
I don't know if it was cynically motivated. I think that some teens really do love David Cameron, but it doesn't have the same humor and spread, as a lot of these girls have thousands and thousands of followers on Twitter.
Now, 5 years ago, of course, there was the big heartthrob who was someone else, Nick Clegg. And there we got it. Nick Clegg came into my work today, and I'm now convinced the Liberal Democrats are going to shake up the two-party system, Cleggmania. So is it just a question of being the person that young people find it easiest to identify with, do you think? I
think with Ed, it's that there has been this program to paint him as this awkward nerd, basically. And so right now it's that he's the underdog, and so there might be some of that relates to Cleggmania, but it remains to be seen what happens to the Milifandom.
What do you think? I mean, it may be a pretty thin choice, but do you think Miliband is the most attractive of the leaders?
I'd say so. I met him in real life once, and he was better in real life than on TV, let me just say that.
OK, well, thank you very much indeed. There he is, obviously impressed with that verdict.
He is. He's a bit embarrassed by it all, I think.